A woman with a height of 5 feet walks at a constant speed of 6 feet per second away from a street lamp with a height of 20 feet. At the instant the woman is at a distance of 30 feet from the base of the street lamp, find the rate at which the A, length of her shadow changes, and B, tip of her shadow moves relative to the street lamp. We have a triangle being formed here because the light from the street lamp will pass just over the top of the woman's head to form the extent of her shadow. The woman has a constant height of 5 feet. We can label that on the picture. And the street lamp has a constant height of 20 feet. We can also label that on the picture. But the woman's distance from the street lamp, which will be that, will be changing as she is walking away. Let's label that as X. And therefore the length of her shadow will also change. Let's label that as Y. We're given the rate that she is walking at, and as she's walking away from the street lamp, that will change X. And therefore the rate of X prime, or dx dt, is that 6 feet per second, and since she's moving away, X will become longer, so it'll be a positive rate, positive 6 feet per second. We want to look at the instant that she has walked far enough to be 30 feet away from the street lamp, so X will be 30 feet, but we don't want to label that on the picture because that does not remain at 30 feet. She is continuing to walk, and it will be changing. So we keep it as a variable on the picture so that we can come up with our related rates equation. For part A, we want to find the rate at which the length of her shadow changes. The length of her shadow is Y. So we want to find the rate of that Y prime. We have X prime, so to find Y prime, we need to relate Y to X. Y and X are related by being on similar triangles here. We have the smaller triangle, whose angles are exactly the same as the bigger triangle. That makes them similar, and that makes their sides in proportion to each other. So if we take the smaller triangle, base side Y over vertical side 5, it will equal the bigger triangle base side, that's that total, so that'll be X plus Y, over its vertical side, which is 20. There's our related variables equation, though we can simplify by cross-multiplying. We can multiply both sides by 20, that brings the 20 up to the left, and both sides by 5, and that brings the 5 up to the right. We can now distribute the 5 in, and we have 5x plus 5y. We can now subtract 5y from both sides, so 15y equals to 5x, and we can divide both sides by 5, so that 3y equals x. There's our related variables equation in a simplified form. To find the related rates, we need to take the time derivative of both sides of the related variables equation. I will indicate this by a prime on both sides. All variables are implicit with time. All variables will have a prime when we take the derivative. On the left side, the derivative of 3y will be 3, but then times y prime, since y is implicit with time. And on the right side, the derivative of x will be a 1, but then times x prime, because x is also implicit on time. There's our related rates formula. We can now plug in numbers. We have 3y prime will equal to 1 times x prime, which is a 6. So y prime can be solved for by dividing both sides by 3, and 6 divided by 3 comes out to a 2. So our y prime, or dy dt, is coming out to a positive 2, and it'll have units of y, which is a length, and therefore in feet in this problem, over dt time, and that'll be in seconds in this problem. So there's the rate at which the length of a shadow changes. For part B, we want to find the rate at which the tip of her shadow moves relative to the street lamp. The tip of her shadow is all the way out here, and the street lamp is here. The distance between the two is x plus y. We want to find how that's changing. So we are looking for the rate of x plus y prime. Since x and y are added, we can take the derivative of each of them separately, and this becomes x prime plus y prime. Now we have values for x prime and y prime. X prime was given to us as a 6. Y prime we just found is a 2. And we add those together and that becomes 8. Therefore, x plus y prime is 8 units of length, feet, per time, seconds. There's the rate at which the tip of her shadow moves relative to the street lamp.